Hi everyone, welcome to this episode of Look With Me. Join us on our month-long road trip through some of the best of the West. Passed through 4 states today. We started in Los Angeles, California, and we entered and passed through Nevada, drove through Las Vegas, didn't stop. Crossed through Arizona, not for very long, maybe 45 minutes. And finally we came into Utah. We're about half an hour away from Zion National Park.
Near Zion, we stayed at a brand new resort called Wildflower. It opened just 3 days before we arrived. This place is a great glamping option with bungalows, tents, and covered wagons. We stayed in a tent, and as you can see, we really roughed it. The manager of the resort, Leslie, gave us some great suggestions for hikes and other activities in the area. After relaxing a bit, we drove up Coleb Terrace Road to do some hiking at higher elevations, where it was much cooler.
After a hike with distinctive red rock scenery, we decided to drive through the park and explore Zion's stunning views. To cap off our 4th of July, we celebrated with some good grub and local brews. At the end of our stay, after having fresh brewed coffee on our balcony, we packed up and headed on north towards Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Since I had never been in Idaho before, we decided to drive up I-15 and spend the night in Idaho Falls. We took a relaxing stroll along the bustling Riverwalk.
The next morning, we headed up and over Teton Pass, a beautiful drive, before descending into Jackson, Wyoming. One of the first priorities, of course, was to buy a cowboy hat. We hiked up a trail just outside of town that led to iconic views of the Teton Mountains. And we also got a bird's eye view of Jackson Hole. The advantage of this trip was being able to work remotely during the day and exploring in the evenings and on weekends.
In Grand Teton National Park, one of our hikes was along beautiful String Lake.
We took a boat across Jenny Lake to access some of the backcountry trails. Hiking into Cascade Canyon, we hit Inspiration Point and took in the grandeur of Hidden Falls. Well, what do we have here? A little bit of snow left on the trail.
After a few days in Jackson, we moved our base about an hour north into Yellowstone National Park. Exploring the West Thumb area of the park early in the morning, without many other visitors, made for a very tranquil experience.
And no visit to Yellowstone would be complete without seeing Old Faithful. And here's a tip. Take the mile-long trail up to Observation Point to see the geyser from a lofty vantage point. Parking lot, we just decided to rest a little bit here next to the creek. Beautiful area.
We camped 2 nights in Yellowstone at the Grant Village Campground. Despite COVID, it appeared the campground was sold out. Heading out of the park, we stopped to savor the sights along the next leg of our adventure.
Driving south, we crossed the Continental Divide before arriving in Park City, Utah, where we worked remotely for 2 weeks while spending quality time with my parents.
We enjoyed visiting 3 different resorts nestled in the mountains of Deer Valley, relishing the unique character of each while indulging in their culinary delights. And at the St. Regis, we made sure to take part in the evening ritual of the champagne sabering.
1, 2.
This tradition dates back to the battles of Napoleon, who famously opened champagne with his saber in both victory and defeat. And what outdoor gathering would be complete without fireside s'mores? This guy apparently wanted some too.
Olympic Park in Park City was the site of the 2002 Olympics. Athletes continue to train at the facilities here. And there are also many activities for visitors, such as zip lines and alpine slides. Overall, our time in Park City was relaxing and a great opportunity for family engagement. Though an intense game of pinochle every night was a perfect way to end the day, my parents soundly beat us almost every time.
Our next stop, about an hour south, was Sundance, where we spent a wonderful weekend. Nestled in a gorgeous mountain setting, this year-round resort was established in 1969 by Robert Redford and is a spectacular place to experience many varied activities. Sundance has some great hikes with many trailheads that are only accessible to guests of the resort. There's a really nice studio where various art classes are offered. Or take a ride up to the top of the mountain to the Bear Claw Cafe.
After grabbing a beer from the cafe, we made our way back down the mountain and headed for a totally unexpected week-long stop in our journey. Altogether, this was an amazing trip that gave us the opportunity to integrate work and recreation during a precarious time. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more.